agreed to sign one more year with Saracens, and I think probably the obvious statement is that that would then be my last year. So I probably didn't want it to be this big retirement thing that it ended up being, but that's why this competition is so good, because you've got 5 brutal games, 5 tough games.
3 back-to-back.
3 back-to-back. And we've got 3 away games in this period. It's going to be really, really challenging over this next short period of time. Creating an environment where people can enjoy themselves and have a good fun and do TikTok dances and do what they want to do.
Any more TikTok dances coming?
There will be, because it's instead of like,
right?
yeah, it's a punishment that I brought in Argentina.
So you're responsible.
I might be responsible for that.
Well, our first captain actually isn't a captain.
Yeah, rub it in, mate. Cheers.
Vice captain.
Thank you.
And a legend of English rugby. 100
Don't
plus caps.
crawl it back,
No, I'm trying
mate.
to crawl it back. Jamie George is here. And you've had some big news yourself announced recently.
Yeah. Obviously, I sort of agreed to sign one more year with Saracens, and I think probably the obvious statement is that that would then be my last year. So I probably didn't want it to be this big retirement thing that it ended up being, but equally, it was important for me. Like I've never sort of shied away from things. I've always been pretty open and honest with you guys. So I continue to do that until I hang up the boots.
Have you dared think ahead to that last game?
The last one.
The last one. You don't know when it might be, but
I don't
what
know
it
when
might
it'll
be,
be,
but
yeah.
that psychology and the emotion of that.
Like I haven't actually. Like
No.
now that you mention it, I haven't thought about it, because it's nice that I know that it'll be in hopefully 18 months' time. But what I think it's allowed me to do is just like throw all of myself into the next 18 months and really enjoy every part of it, the good, the bad, the ugly. And I've probably done that quite well throughout my career, but it's sort of emphasised it for the next short period anyway.
Trying to think of your first Six Nations. Would have been 16?
2016, yeah.
2016. So you've been through a few. Does it still get the blood pumping?
100%. And like being here today, the launch and speaking to the other boys and seeing the coaches and like seeing the media buzz, that's what this tournament's all about. And it certainly does make it very, very real.
What's it like in camp, Jamie? Because you talk about the buzz there, but there's definitely a buzz around England at the moment. You've obviously been in camp. Are you all in camp yet?
We meet up tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, but what will that feel like off the back of the autumns?
Yeah, like it's brilliant. Like genuinely, there's a real enjoyment about being in camp at the minute, and that comes from playing well. It comes from winning games, but it also comes from creating an environment where people can enjoy themselves and have a good fun and do TikTok dances and do what they want to do.
Any more TikTok dances coming?
There will be, because it's instead of like,
right?
yeah, it's a punishment that I brought in Argentina.
So you're responsible.
I might be
but you don't do
responsible for that, but I have done one.
I have done one.
They don't necessarily always have to be a dance. It's just like a TikTok trend.
Okay.
But in Argentina, it was we more went down the dancing line, whereas like other people have been a bit more innovative and done the funny videos and stuff. It's good. It's just a bit of fun.
And there's been a theme of the Six Nations throughout the recent memory of like teams slightly clamouring for the underdog tag, kind of talking up the opposition, wanting to fly under the radar. England, you can't really do that if you win 11 games in a row when you're England. So do you just now buy into that, embrace the favourites tag or one of the favourites tags and just go, okay, yeah, why not? Why not have the expectation?
I think like you don't really listen to whether you're an under. Like you make a narrative in the press maybe, but like you don't really talk about it.
Coaches saying like they're so good.
Yeah,
with
and
nothing
like
expected
to
of
you
us.
guys, but
Yeah.
like actually like that's all like external. Internally, we're just focusing on being the best possible thing we can be. Like of course we're going into this optimistic. We're hopeful. We really want to present the best of ourselves, and we think we've got a good chance to achieve what we want to achieve. But equally, we also know how many good teams are in this competition, how we haven't won at Murrayfield for a long time, how we've got France away in the last round, Ireland are a brilliant do you know what I mean? Like it's just that's why this competition is so good, because you've got 5 brutal games, 5 tough games,
3 back-to-back.
3 back-to-back, and we've got 3 away games in this period. It's going to be really, really challenging over this next short period of time, but that is also exciting. It's also hopefully can bring the best out of us, and if we do that, then we might achieve what we want to.
How different is the environment, Jamie? You touched on it already, but and it's almost inevitable when I ask you because the TikTok trend and Henry Pollocks, and as a slightly older player in the squad, just how different to any of the environments you've been in before?
Like it's different, but similar in the same way. Like, I've been part of some really good England teams. I've been part of some not so good England teams, and I think there is sort of some crossover in terms of. I think there's a direct correlation between, how much enjoyment you're having, and almost the noise in a team room as you walk into a team room. People wanting to be around people and wanting to spend time with each other. That then correlates itself onto the field, and you see it in the way that you play and playing with a smile on our faces and that sort of thing. And I think that we certainly got that. We've got that with. Some characters that we've got in the squad like Pollock and those boys, but it's also we're also getting our head down and enjoying our work, and enjoying getting into it and trying to get better.
Yeah, and it's all a virtuous circle, isn't it? You connect with the fans, they cheer you on a little bit harder. Twickenham becomes a different place. Seen that over the last couple of years, haven't we? The Twickenham just being that slightly transformed. I think of the France game last year, Ireland game 2 years ago, New Zealand game in the autumn. Actually been some pretty special days there, and that is all part of what you're doing, I suppose.
It is, and when I came in as captain a few years ago, that was definitely a real prerogative of mine, was to make sure that connection with the fans was a lot better. But you can speak as much as you want, and you can extend the walk at Twickenham like that. That is brilliant to be able to do and do that for the fans. But ultimately, it's what you put out on the field that brings those special days. Like we're talking about, like France at home, Ireland at home the year before. That's how you get people off their feet. That's how you get people wanting to come back to the Allianz Stadium and buy another ticket, and they give them a special memory. Like it's a huge motivator for us, but ultimately it will come down to what we put out on the field and the way that we play, and the sort of how much we show, how much it means to us to play for England, really.
So final question, something we're asking all the captains. You score a match-winning try at Twickenham for England, and you have your choice of any song to come on the tannoy.
Okay.
What would it be?
I'm not even a darts fan, but I said earlier, like the Luke Littler song. Like I'm ready to go, go, go. I think that would be quite good.
Okay.
Just give us a few more bars.
No, that's it.
Okay.
That's all you got.
That's all you get.
Yeah, that's all you got. And it is. Being an idiot now, aren't you?
No,
showing off.
You're
showing off in front of your mates.
When I think of darts, I think of the bulletproof. Who's the guy that comes in? There's nothing to lose.
Good, yeah.
And he does this.
Give us another couple of bars, mate.
And he does this.
Yeah.
Bulletproof, nothing to lose. And who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
I don't know.
No, he cups his ears. Really, yeah. Bunting. Stephen Bunting. That's it. Okay. But Luke Littler for you. Cheers, Jamie. Good to see you.
Thanks, guys.
Nice one.